Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I'm Wan Aliaa binti Wan Anis. I'm from University Utara Malaysia, and today I will present about the moderating effects of switching costs on the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, and alternative attractiveness and intention to switch in Malaysian prepaid mobile phone services. In this presentation, I will start with the introduction and then the research problem and proceed with literature review, and next the hypothesis development and the research framework, and after that the methodology, the analysis and the findings. Then I will discuss about the result and finally the conclusion. I will start this presentation with the overview of telecommunication services. In Malaysia, there are 5 service providers. There is Digi, Axiata, Maxis, TM, and Time. According to MCMC 2019, telecommunications sector revenue recorded 34.8 billion, with mobile service providers contribute a huge chunk equivalent to 64% of the total telecommunication revenue. The report also revealed that the number of subscribers increased from 33.9 million subscribers in total, or 119.2% penetration rate, to 44.6 million subscribers in total, or 155.4% penetration during the period 2010 to 2019. In addition to that, the MCMC 2019 reported that there are 31.3 million prepaid mobile phone subscribers as compared to postpaid mobile phone subscribers, which is only 13.3 million. So in other words, this shows that prepaid mobile phone subscribers is important in mobile industry. So now I will discuss about the research problem. That is why it is very important to examine the relationship between satisfaction and alternative attractiveness and intention to switch, also the moderating effect of switching costs on this relationship. Okay, in Malaysia, there is high competition in telecommunication services, and apart from that, customers tend to switch their mobile service provider if they have better alternative. And according to Sahig et al., customers' intention to switch current service provider is high when they perceive the switching barrier, that is switching cost, is low, and vice versa. And as I mentioned earlier, prepaid segment has contributed the bigger portion of revenue in mobile industry. However, the number of prepaid mobile phone subscribers dropped from 36.8 million subscribers to 30.8 million subscribers during the period 2014 to 2018. However, according to Lim et al. 2018, research focusing on switching behavior, especially in Malaysia context, is very limited. In Malaysia, there are studies conducted on switching behavior in telecommunication services. However, the study focused only on direct relationship between price, competition, customer service, word of mouth, core service failure, and switching behavior in mobile phone services in general. Therefore, this study was conducted to examine the influence of satisfaction and alternative attractiveness on intention to switch among prepaid mobile phone services, and the moderating effect of switching costs on the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, as well as alternative attractiveness and intention to switch. Now let's move to literature review. Vyas and Raitani 2014 concluded that whether switching is a process or decision, it is certain that switching behavior includes ending relationship with one service provider, whatever reason may be, by stop purchasing products and services, and establishing same relationship with another service provider of the same category. Consumer switching behavior is an important issue in marketing study, actually since the past decade. And this is due to the effect of consumer switching behavior to the survival, profitability, and growth of the company. Past research on switching behavior and services industry has been conducted in banking services, energy services, insurance services, and IT services. In telecommunication services, there are few studies has been conducted. However, the study were conducted outside Malaysia, and the study only focused on switching intention and actual switching behavior in mobile phone services in general. Based on a literature search, the possibility of customer to leave the current service provider is higher if they are not satisfied with the service provider. In addition to that, the users might decide to change to another service provider if the attractiveness of another service provider is higher than their level of satisfaction at the current service provider. And finally, for switching costs has been recognized to play an important role in influencing mobile phone subscribers' switching intention. In this study, there are 5 hypotheses. Hypothesis 1 is satisfaction negatively influence intention to switch. Hypothesis 2, alternative attractiveness positively influence intention to switch. Hypothesis 3, switching costs negatively influence intention to switch. Hypothesis 4, switching costs moderates the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch. And finally, Hypothesis 5, switching costs moderates the relationship between alternative attractiveness and intention to switch. Okay, now it's a research framework. Based on the literatures reviewed, satisfaction and alternative attractiveness were expected to have a direct relationship with intention to switch. Meanwhile, switching costs is expected to influence the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, as well as alternative attractiveness and intention to switch. Now I will explain about methodology. In this study, quantitative approach was applied to test the hypothesis and validate the framework. The framework of this study is to test the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, and alternative attractiveness and intention to switch. Also, to test the moderating effect of switching costs on the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, as well as alternative attractiveness and intention to switch. Survey method with cross-sectional design was used to answer the questions in which data were gathered once. In this study, the unit analysis was individual students who are undergraduate university students and the prepaid mobile phone subscribers. 455 questionnaires were distributed at University Utara Malaysia, University Malaysia Perlis, University Science Malaysia, UiTM Perlis, UiTM Kedah, and UiTM Perak. This study, using systematic sampling technique, in which every 10 living customers from the mall or cafeteria in the selected universities were intercepted to answer the question to participate in a self-administered questionnaire. In this study, 455 questionnaires were distributed to the respondents. However, only 408 respondents were returned, and finally, 339 questionnaires were valid and usable, giving a response rate of 74.3%. The result of the study showed that majority of the respondents were doing bachelor's degree, and most of the respondents are female students with the age of 18 to 25 years old, and most of the respondents are Malay. And finally, the result shows that majority of the respondents using self-con. For direct relationship, the bootstrapping result revealed that all the hypotheses is supported. However, for moderating effect, the bootstrapping result has confirmed that the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, as well as alternative attractiveness and intention to switch, was not moderated by switching costs. As hypothesized, the study demonstrates that satisfaction has a negative and significant influence on intention to switch. The reason why, because Malaysian mobile users are considered as medium skilled, in which when it comes to customer satisfaction and loyalty, they are willing to change mobile phone service provider when needed. In addition to that, the result found that alternative attractiveness positively and significantly influence intention to switch. Therefore, mobile phone service provider must ensure that they provide better services than other competitors in order to prevent customer switching. Finally, the findings show that there is no moderating effect of switching costs on the relationship between satisfaction and intention to switch, as well as alternative attractiveness and intention to switch. The possible reason because the subscribers can minimize their time and effort in evaluating the service provided by service provider. For example, in terms of billing, SMS, network, and so on. And the second one is because the implementation of MNP, mobile number portability, in communication that allowed the subscribers to retain their current number when changing the mobile subscription. In a nutshell, customers' intention to switch prepaid mobile phone services were influenced by satisfaction and alternative attractiveness, but the moderation effect of switching costs on this relationship was not significant. Thank you very much for lending your ears. Assalamualaikum.